Chosen one, you stepped outside God's plan. It made him laugh. You stepped outside the path I designed for you, and it made me laugh, not because I rejected you, but because I saw how small your detour was compared to the greatness I prepared ahead. Listen closely, because if you miss this, you may miss a breakthrough that has been waiting for your understanding to catch up with. My love, I am not angry the way you imagined. I am not disappointed the way fear whispered to you in the dark. Comment Amen to declare your faith. When I say it made me laugh, I am revealing that your mistake did not surprise me. You thought you ruined everything. You believed you had stepped so far outside my will that there was no way back. But I saw the full map of your life long before you took that turn, and I built mercy into the road. My laughter was not mockery. It was the laughter of a father who knows his child cannot outrun his protection. You believed stepping outside my plan meant you lost your chosen status. That is the lie that has been weighing on your chest. I chose you before you understood obedience. I chose you when you were confused, distracted, and chasing things that did not satisfy your soul. My plan is not fragile. It does not shatter because you stumbled. What is happening now is bigger than your detour. I am repositioning you. I am redirecting what you thought was wasted time. I am turning what felt like rebellion into a testimony of restoration. Before you go any further, I ask you to like the video as a simple act of agreement with what I am about to restore in your life. You thought stepping outside my plan disqualified you, but what you call outside was still within my reach. You cannot escape my sight. You cannot fall so far that my hand cannot lift you. I saw you exploring, trying to prove something, trying to find your own strength, and I smiled because I knew you would discover that your strength without me feels empty. My laughter means I am not threatened by your independence. I gave you free will. I allowed you to make choices. And even when you chose a path that looked different from what I showed you, I was still weaving my purpose around your decisions. I am God. I am not limited by your timing or your confusion. You are chosen, not because you are perfect, but because my purpose rests on you. The enemy tried to convince you that stepping outside my plan closed doors forever. That is not how I operate. I close doors that would destroy you, and I open doors that align you. Even your wrong turns became part of your training. When I laughed, it was because I saw how temporary your wandering would be. I saw the moment you would feel the emptiness and look back toward me. I saw the tears you would cry in private. I saw the humility forming in your heart. I saw the way this detour would strip pride and build depth. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not cast aside. What felt like distance was preparation. What felt like delay was refinement. I am not adjusting my promise to match your mistake. I am adjusting your perspective to match my promise. I need you to understand something deeply. My plan is not a narrow tightrope that you fall off once and never return to. My plan is a living journey with room for growth, correction, and mercy. When you stepped away, I did not panic. I did not rewrite your destiny in anger. I simply allowed you to learn what you could not learn by staying comfortable. You tried to build without me. You tried to move ahead without waiting. You tried to prove that you could make it happen faster. And when it did not bring peace, you felt ashamed. But I am telling you now, shame was never from me. Conviction brings clarity. Shame brings hiding. I call you out of hiding. You are still chosen. That title did not expire when you stepped off course. If anything, your return will be stronger, because now you understand the difference between your will and mine. You have tasted both. You have seen the weight of self-direction, and now you are ready to trust more deeply. Comment 1212 if you believe. I am restoring what you thought was broken. I am redeeming conversations you regret. I am healing wounds you created and wounds that were created in you. I am not standing over you with disappointment. I am standing beside you with power. You must listen carefully because this next season will move quickly. The very area where you stepped outside, my plan, is the area I will now use for testimony. You will speak about what almost took you out. You will encourage others who feel disqualified. Your detour will become proof of my grace. Do not mistake my laughter for indifference. I care deeply about your life. I am involved in the details. But I am not shaken by your temporary missteps. I see the end from the beginning. I see the blessing that still has your name on it. You are under my protection, even when you forget it. You are under my covering, even when you test your own limits. My angels did not leave you. My spirit did not abandon you. I allowed you space to learn, but I never removed my presence. This is why you must keep listening. What you thought disqualified you actually positioned you for deeper dependence. What you thought ruined your calling refined your character. I am about to move in ways that will remind you that my plan was never lost. It was simply waiting for your heart to align again. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading so quickly everywhere? Recent CIA leaks have revealed a strong brain ritual that triggers an instant flow of wealth. This short technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly transforming lives. From heavy debt to dream vacations, this could be your path to abundance. If you are seeing this, consider yourself lucky because the page may disappear soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. Stand still now. Let the guilt fall away. Let the fear loosen its grip. I am not done with you. I am just beginning a new chapter that carries more wisdom, more humility, and more power than before. You felt powerful for a moment when you stepped away. You felt in control. You believed you were finally directing your own story without restraint. But slowly, quietly, you sensed something missing, and that emptiness was my invitation drawing you back. I was not chasing you in anger. I was waiting in patience. The truth is, I allowed that space because you needed contrast. You needed to see the difference between ambition driven by ego and direction led by my spirit. You needed to feel how heavy life becomes when you carry it alone. And now you see that my plan was never about restriction. It was always about protection. There were moments during your detour when you thought I was silent. You wondered if I withdrew my favor. But I was speaking in ways you did not yet recognize. I was whispering through discomfort. I was guiding through closed doors. I was protecting you from consequences that could have been far worse. You are still chosen. That identity does not change with your behavior. My calling on your life was not built on flawless performance. It was built on my sovereign decision. When I chose you, I saw every mistake you would ever make, and I chose you anyway. Your detour did not surprise me. It revealed you to yourself. It showed you how easily pride can creep in. It showed you how quickly distraction can steal focus. And now you stand with a deeper awareness, and that awareness is strength. I am reshaping your confidence. Before, you trusted in your own ability to figure everything out. Now, you are learning to lean. You are learning to pause. You are learning that surrender is not weakness but wisdom. Do not look back at that season with shame. Look at it with gratitude. It humbled you. It softened you. It taught you compassion for others who wander. The person you are becoming is stronger because you failed and returned. There were relationships tied to that detour, Some of them pulled you further away from me. Some of them exposed parts of your heart that still needed healing. I allowed those interactions because they revealed patterns you needed to break. Now you see clearly. You see how certain influences drained you. You see how certain choices dimmed your peace, and you see how my presence feels like home. Comment 333 to declare your faith. I am not bringing you back to the same level you were before you stepped away. I am elevating you beyond it. The return is not a reset to zero. It is an advancement with wisdom attached. You are stepping into a version of your calling that carries maturity. The enemy hoped your detour would turn into permanent distance. He hoped guilt would keep you hiding. But my grace interrupted that plan. My mercy pulled you out before destruction could take root. You must understand something clearly. Being chosen does not mean you never struggle. It means I pursue you even in struggle. It means I refine you through mistakes instead of discarding you because of them. There are blessings that paused, not disappeared. They were waiting for alignment. Now that your heart is bending back toward me, those doors will begin to open again. What felt delayed will start to move with unexpected speed. You may feel unworthy of what I am about to release. You may think you need to prove yourself first. But my favor is not earned through perfection. It flows through relationship. Stay close and you will see my hand move. I am restoring your confidence, but this time it will be rooted in humility. I am restoring your vision, but this time it will be filtered through wisdom. I am restoring your joy, but this time it will not be dependent on external approval. The laughter I spoke of earlier was also a sign of my supremacy. You cannot derail my eternal design. Even your wrong turns become tools in my hands. What you thought would disqualify you has become part of your preparation. You are about to notice a shift in your atmosphere. Peace will replace anxiety. Clarity will replace confusion. Strength will replace the exhaustion that followed your independent striving. This is not accidental. This is intentional. I am repositioning you where your gifts can flourish without pride. I am aligning you with people who will sharpen you rather than distract you. There are assignments ahead that require the lessons you just learned. Without that detour, you would not have the empathy or discernment needed. I never waste pain. I transform it. Your story will speak louder because of this chapter. Others will look at you and see resilience. They will see restoration. They will see that falling outside. My plan does not mean being outside my love. Comment 777 if you trust this. As you move forward, guard your heart carefully. The temptation to drift again will try to return, but now you recognize its voice. You know how it feels to operate without my covering. You know the emptiness that follows self-direction. This awareness is armor. It protects you. It strengthens your resolve to remain aligned. You are not walking back into my plan timidly. You are walking in boldly, knowing that you have seen both paths. And now you choose alignment with clarity. I am increasing your spiritual sensitivity. You will sense when something is not right. You will feel the check in your spirit sooner. That is growth. That is maturity. Do not rush this next phase. Let it unfold. Let me rebuild slowly what you tried to construct quickly. The foundation will be stronger this time because it will be built on surrender. There is joy ahead that you have not tasted yet. There is peace that will surprise you. There are opportunities that will open without forcing. Remember this deeply. My laughter was never at your failure. It was at the smallness of the obstacle compared to the greatness of your destiny. I see the full picture. I see the heights you will reach. Could the CIA really be hiding a 7-second ritual that turns money struggles into success? A confidential CIA finding exposes a unique 7-second practice that activates money-attracting brainwaves automatically. Backed by science and 4 elite labs, this simple home ritual is helping struggling people move into dream lifestyles. But this page may not stay live. Click the link in the description and comments before it is wiped from the internet. There was a moment when you believed you had permanently altered your future. You replayed decisions in your mind and imagined that doors had shut forever. But you were measuring your life with human limits, while I was holding a timeline that stretches beyond what you can see. Nothing in my design for you was destroyed. It was simply redirected. You tried to take control because you feared waiting. Waiting felt like weakness. Waiting felt like losing ground while others moved ahead. But what you did not see was that I was shaping your capacity during that pause. When you stepped away, you exposed hidden insecurities. You chased achievements that promised validation. You sought applause where you should have sought alignment. Yet even there, I was present, allowing you to taste the difference between recognition and fulfillment. The reason I laughed is because I knew the ending while you were panicking about the middle. I knew your heart would not be satisfied outside of me. I knew that the very hunger pushing you to explore would eventually lead you back home. I knew your identity as chosen was stronger than your impulse to wander. Now you stand with a clearer mind. The noise has quieted. The excitement that once pulled you away has lost its shine. And in that quiet space, you are beginning to sense my direction more strongly than before. Do not underestimate the power of this return. You are not crawling back defeated. You are returning refined. You are coming back with discernment you did not have before. Comment 222 to affirm your agreement. There were moments in your detour when you almost crossed lines that would have caused deeper damage. You may not realize how many unseen protections surrounded you. I blocked paths you thought were open. I shifted circumstances you did not understand. I shielded you from consequences that would have been far heavier. You may call that luck. It was not luck. It was mercy. It was my hand preventing destruction while still allowing you to learn. I need you to see how deeply you are guarded. Even in your independence, I placed boundaries you could not cross. Even when you thought you were alone, my spirit hovered close. Now that you are aligning again, those protections will not only remain, they will increase. Your awareness will sharpen. Your decisions will carry more weight. You will feel conviction sooner and clarity faster. You once feared that stepping outside my plan meant losing your purpose. But purpose is not so fragile. Purpose is rooted in my calling, not in your temporary choices. When I assign destiny, I do not revoke it over a moment of confusion. There are opportunities coming that reflect this restoration. They will not feel forced. They will feel peaceful. They will confirm internally before they manifest externally. The relationships around you will shift as well. Some people will not understand your change in direction. Some will feel uncomfortable as you realign. But do not be shaken. Growth often creates distance from environments that no longer fit. You are moving into a season where obedience feels lighter, not because the responsibility is small, but because your heart is surrendered. When surrender is genuine, obedience stops feeling like pressure and starts feeling like partnership. I am inviting you into partnership, not into fear, not into constant anxiety about stepping wrong. Partnership means walking with me daily, listening, adjusting, and trusting that I will correct you gently if needed. You no longer need to prove that you can build without me. That illusion has dissolved. Now you understand that the greatest strength comes from leaning on my wisdom. Comment 555 if you trust this path. Your detour gave you compassion. It gave you patience for others who are wandering. It softened your judgments. That softness is part of your preparation. There will be people drawn to your story. They will see authenticity instead of perfection. They will see that you are real, not polished beyond relatability. And through that honesty, I will reach them. I am not just restoring your direction. I am expanding your influence. What felt like a private failure will become a public testimony. What felt embarrassing will become empowering. You must remain humble in this next chapter. Do not let restoration turn into pride. Remember the emptiness you felt when you operated alone. Let that memory keep you grounded. There will be moments where success returns quickly. Doors may open faster than expected, but pace yourself. Move with me, not ahead of me. You are stepping into maturity. Maturity does not mean you will never struggle again. It means you respond differently when you do. The enemy will attempt to remind you of your past detour. He will whisper that you are inconsistent. He will try to reignite old guilt. But you will stand firm because you now understand grace at a deeper level. Grace is not permission to drift. Grace is power to return and grow stronger. Grace is the assurance that my love does not fluctuate with your performance. I am increasing your spiritual endurance. Trials will not shake you the same way. Temptations will not confuse you as easily. You have seen what independence feels like, and you prefer alignment. There is something powerful about a chosen one who has wandered and returned. That person carries wisdom that cannot be taught in comfort. That person carries authority born from experience. You are becoming that person. You are not fragile. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being shaped. In the coming days, you will sense peace settling in places that once felt chaotic. Decisions that once felt overwhelming will become clearer. You will notice that I am speaking through subtle impressions and strong convictions. Stay attentive, stay prayerful, stay grounded in my presence. Could a hidden CIA discovery explain why so many people are suddenly living in luxury? Secret CIA research has surfaced, revealing a brain technique that pulls in wealth almost like magic. It takes just 7 seconds, can be done at home, and is supported by 4 neuroscience labs. People are leaving debt behind and enjoying luxury right now, but this information might be removed soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. The laughter that once confused you will now make sense. It was never dismissal. It was confidence in my sovereign control over your journey. You stepped outside my plan for a moment, but you were always within my reach. And now that you have chosen to align again, you will witness acceleration, clarity, and favor that reflect my unwavering commitment to you. There were nights when you lay awake, replaying your decisions. You questioned your discernment. You questioned whether you had misunderstood my direction entirely. But what you did not see was that even your confusion was shaping your dependence. When you stepped outside my plan, you thought you were escaping limitation. You believed freedom meant writing your own script without waiting on my timing. But the freedom you imagined slowly turned into frustration. The independence you celebrated quietly became isolation. I watched you try to convince yourself that you were fine. You smiled publicly while privately feeling unsettled. You kept moving forward even when something inside you felt misaligned. That inner tension was not condemnation, it was invitation. I was inviting you back into rhythm. I was drawing you toward alignment without force. I was allowing your own dissatisfaction to guide you home. You are beginning to see that my plan was never about restricting your potential. It was about protecting your calling. The boundaries I set were not cages, they were safeguards. Now you stand at a turning point. Not a dramatic one that shakes the earth, but a quiet one that shifts your spirit. You are choosing obedience not because you are afraid, but because you are convinced. Comment 999 to declare your faith. Conviction is stronger than fear. Fear might push you temporarily, but conviction sustains you. You are now operating from conviction. You know what it feels like to move without me. You know the cost of ignoring my gentle warnings. The detour exposed subtle pride. It revealed how much you valued control. But it also revealed how deeply you crave peace. And peace only comes when you walk closely with me. I am rebuilding your confidence, but it is different this time. It is not loud or driven by comparison. It is steady. It is grounded. You will notice that your decisions now carry a calm assurance. You are less reactive. You are more prayerful. You are less driven by urgency and more guided by wisdom. This is growth. This is maturity forming in real time. There are still consequences from your detour, but they are not punishments. They are reminders. They teach you the value of alignment. They keep you sensitive to my direction. Do not resent the lessons. Embrace them. They are shaping you into someone who can carry greater responsibility without losing balance. You once feared that you had delayed your destiny beyond repair, but destiny in my hands does not expire. I do not operate on fragile timelines. What I have spoken over your life still stands. What changed is you. You are now capable of handling what you once wanted too early. There are doors ahead that would have crushed you before this season. There are platforms that would have amplified immaturity. I withheld them, not to frustrate you, but to protect you. Now that your heart is steadier, you will see opportunities reappear, and this time you will approach them with humility. I am not just restoring you to where you were, I am strengthening you beyond it. The version of you walking forward now carries insight, discernment, and patience. There will be moments where you feel tested again, not to see if you will fail, but to confirm your growth. You will recognize old patterns trying to resurface, and you will respond differently. That difference is evidence of transformation. Comment 1010 if you trust my protection. I am aligning you with people who value depth over appearance. Conversations will shift. Your circle will evolve. Some connections will fade naturally as your priorities change. Do not cling to what no longer fits. Growth requires release. The peace you feel now is fragile only if you neglect it. Guard it. Protect your time with me. Protect your focus. You learned that stepping outside, my plan brought temporary excitement but lasting emptiness. Let that memory keep you anchored. There will be seasons ahead where my direction does not make immediate sense. But instead of resisting, you will remember. You will remember how costly independence felt. Trust is no longer theoretical for you. It is experiential. You have seen what happens when you lead without me, and I am proud of your return. Not proud in a human sense, but pleased by your humility. Your willingness to realign speaks of strength, not weakness. You are not walking on thin ice. You are walking on firm ground. The enemy may attempt to remind you of your past to create doubt. But doubt loses power when confronted with truth. And the truth is this: you are still chosen. Chosen does not mean flawless. It means called. It means covered. It means guided, even through mistakes. Your story is no longer defined by that detour. It is defined by your return. In the coming days, you will feel clarity increasing. Decisions that once felt heavy will feel lighter. You will sense confirmation internally before you act externally. Stay attentive to those confirmations. They are my whispers guiding you gently. You once believed that my laughter meant disappointment. Now you understand it meant confidence. I was confident that my grip on your life was stronger than your wandering, and it still is. You are not balancing on the edge of losing my favor. You are resting in it. Walk forward without fear. Move steadily. Remain humble. Remain aware. The chapter ahead will reveal why this detour was allowed. It will make sense in ways that surprise you. Keep listening. Keep aligning. Keep trusting that I am not shaken by your past and not limited by your mistakes. There is something you must understand at a deeper level now. When you stepped outside my plan, you thought you were moving away from destiny. In reality, you were moving into a lesson that destiny required. I do not waste seasons. I do not waste mistakes. I do not waste moments of confusion when they can shape endurance in you. Why are so many people saying this CIA ritual changed their life in only 7 seconds? This leaked CIA method is powerful and effective. A short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping regular people move from broke to prosperous. Dream homes, cars, and trips are becoming possible. But this video could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. You once saw my plan as a straight line. You imagined that obedience meant a smooth path without interruption, but my design is not fragile like that. It is strong enough to absorb your missteps and still carry you forward. You are beginning to see how your detour exposed hidden fears. You were afraid of being overlooked. You were afraid of waiting too long. You were afraid that if you did not act quickly, someone else would take what you believed was meant for you. That fear pushed you. It whispered urgency into your decisions. It made you feel that stepping outside my guidance was necessary to secure your future. But your future was never in danger. It has always been in my hands. I allowed you to feel the weight of self-driven choices because you needed to see the difference between striving and surrender. Striving drains, surrender strengthens. Now you carry a different posture. You are less desperate, you are less anxious, you are more grounded. Comment 1515 to affirm your trust.